Hey, what's up, everyone? Connor back with another video. I'm going to be doing a collaboration with Air Tiger on a Hokage tier list. We're just going to be discussing, like, the Hokage, like, as they were Hokage. We're not going to be taking primes or anything like that, so if you have any disagreements, just know that we're not actually taking, like, primes. So no DMS Kakashi, no, like, is there
KCM
any other
Minato or
cases? I
anything.
think it's just DMS Kakashi, KCM Minato,
Yeah.
yeah, stuff like that. It's just going to be as they were Hokage.
So we're going from weakest to strongest, I guess.
Yeah, we can go from weakest to strongest.
Yeah.
I think that
So
like Tsunade would just be weakest.
yeah, I'm
Like
not gonna disagree with you
that's
on that. I
pretty.
don't think she really has any good feats. I think the only feat she actually has is like maybe breaking what's called model assist and O, but like it's really not impressive knowing it wasn't perfect season O, and we also know like man's just like holding back, so like that
Yeah,
feat
I
really
mean she
isn't
was stated
impressive at
stronger
all.
than the Raikage, but she's also stated slower. Like Madara made a statement like that she's slower than the Raikage, but like a little bit stronger physically. So like that's pretty much her best scaling aspect.
Yeah, and even in that circumstance, there's some contentions with that because some people like to say like even his what's called his durability should be way higher because like it took her the use of like 100 healings just to take that the what's it called that transportation thing or whatever when they got
Yeah,
came to like the thing, and then like Kage was like perfectly fine. So like even when it comes to durability, a lot of people like to give that to the like Kage too. So
yeah.
who do you think should be like sixth based off what?
Sixth. Well, to be fair, I don't really know a lot about Kakashi as he was Hokage, but I heard that he was like comparable to like base End of Shippuden Naruto. But that's all I really know about him. But if that's true, then probably Kakashi.
Kakashi, yeah,
Because like,
I'm gonna disagree with that. Cause like this is one statement from what's it called Kakashi Retsuden novel, I believe, and it probably just states that since the war he's gotten stronger, and there's different ways to interpret that. Like you can interpret it that he got stronger compared to way before he got DMS, and you can also compare it and say he got stronger after DMS. So it's really depending on your interpretation on that. And even if you want to say that, I feel like Kakashi. I feel like based off that, depending on your interpretation, if you want to say he should have been like stronger than DMS and faster than DMS, because like depending on what your interpretation is on that statement, you can actually put like Kakashi like second place instead of like sixth, depending if you want to say he got stronger from the war specifically before he DMS or after DMS.
well, I don't really know the context of it, but I'd say that it's kind of a stretch just to say that like it's consistent to say that he was stronger than DMS. I just think that that's kind of a stretch, especially with all the gained abilities he had, like Kamui Raikiri, the perfect Susanoo. Just saying that he's stronger than all of that with just like post Shippuden without any Sharingan. I feel like that's kind of a stretch. So yeah, we can interpret that as like end of Shippuden, or yeah, like end of Shippuden without
Even that, like
DMS.
it was explained in the I forget the name of the other Kakashi novel, the one with the green cover. It's explained that even there he got like stronger. Like I'm pretty sure it's like flat out stated, based off like the what's it called his purple lightning. It's stronger, but it's like slower than like
Oh,
Shidori. Literally one of the
okay.
main reasons like he didn't want to become Hokage was because he didn't think he was as strong. But like later on, he like realizes like he's way stronger now. Like he's one of the what's called one of the things he says is like he can actually keep up his stamina now because all that stamina and all that chakra was going towards his Sharingan. Now he doesn't have that Sharingan, so
Mm,
now he has all these other options. He can actually use that so-called thousand jutsus that he knows, right? Instead of like
yeah.
having it instantly run out. So like I feel like Kakashi's one of those characters where it's like he's one of those debatable characters. Like I don't really agree, but I don't disagree of putting him sixth or second, to be completely honest, if we were going off of like Hokage version of both.
Okay, well, I'd like to say that like probably the most consistent interpretation is that he'd be stronger than like one Sharingan. So like the Kakashi that fought like one Renegon Jubidara. I feel like saying that he's stronger than that would be most consistent because like I don't know, DMS is kind of nutty.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
I just say that like interpreting as him being stronger than the one Mangekyo Kakashi would be the most consistent. And in that case, probably put him above like Hiruzen, Alive Minato, and maybe like uh I mean Tobirama doesn't really have any feats as Hokage, does he?
Not as Hokage, but like if we're going off like if you want to use like Ito feats, because like technically he died as Hokage, right?
Yeah,
So like he technically should have had that power as Hokage. So I guess you can technically
yeah.
count that as his like speed or whatever. Like him being able to like blitz Jubi Obito, he should technically have that speed in his Hokage era because he died as Hokage.
Yeah.
And you know, obviously it would be amplified because Ito does make you weaker. Besides, like if you're Minato and you have the KCM, so like
Okay, well, I'm just trying to like plot this out in my head. So if Kakashi's stronger than like his one Sharingan self, I feel like he'd be placed at like possibly like fourth, like weaker than Hashirama, Tobirama, and Naruto, but stronger than like Alive Minato and Hiruzen and Tsunade. Would you agree with that? If we're taking the statement
debatably.
as
Like
like,
when it comes to like AP, I guess I can somewhat agree with that. But when it's really, I feel like it kind of depends on that speed point. I feel like Kakashi would be actually faster to be honest, because it really just depends on your interpretation of like that novel statement.
mm.
Right. So like
And then
I feel like the
scaling gets
speed
weird
kind of
more.
goes to like Kakashi to be honest. If you want to take it to
Yeah.
like a past DMS version, AP I can give that to like Hashirama and all that. Cause like for like DMS he has like Doranag, but then he doesn't have that as like
Well, I
Hokage.
mean,
So like
I
we
don't
don't
know.
really
I
know his
actually
AP
made
would
like I
scale.
actually made a video in the past about how like a live Hashirama would scale to like above Jubito. I actually made a video about that. But yeah, no. Hashirama's kind of crazy. So
Yeah. When it comes to
I'd say
AP,
that
I
like
give it
it'd
I
be
give it to
most
Hashirama
consistent.
though. I give it to Hashirama for AP, but I don't know about speed. The speed is debatable.
Yeah, speed's kind of weird, but for AP, I'd say like for Kakashi, I'd put him above Minato and Hiruzen, but below Hashirama, and Tobirama, and Naruto.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, so sixth place, I'd say Hiruzen if we're going Hokage, because Hiruzen kind of got folded by Orochimaru.
Yeah, I kind of disagree with that. I kind of disagree with that because like I don't know if I have the statement on me, but like he was like emotionally holding back, and I'm pretty sure there's like this other statement like during the fight when it's like if he was like 10 years younger or something like that, he would have just
Oh
won
yeah,
that.
10 years younger. And then there's the whole like Minato should hypothetically scale above this 10 years younger Hiruzen because they were like waiting on him in the Nine Tails attack and all that. Like they just
Um,
had to hold him off until Minato gets there. That's like the whole narrative of the
well
Nine
he
Tails
that
attack.
Minato actually does scale above. Are you aware of what's it called the game called Naruto Generations is actually canon to the story, and in the side story, the 12 years before Naruto is like a Genin or whatever, right? You actually have way before Minato became Hokage, Ozen actually had to fight him, and then Minato wins, and then he becomes Hokage. So we actually do know that Minato does scale above like 12 years before Orochimaru attacks. He actually does scale above that Ozen.
Well, yeah, but we didn't really need that cutscene or whatever to imply that Hiruzen was weaker than Minato. But I'd say that like I mean there was also like a data book statement about how what is it about how they were going even throughout the Hiruzen versus Orochimaru fight, and then you could also imply that like Orochimaru was emotionally holding back as well as like the entire like kunai scene of him stabbing himself on the hand was to get over the past regrets of like his sensei and the old Team Seven, all that.
Hmm.
So you could imply that both of them were like emotionally restrained throughout that fight,
Hmm.
as well as like
Even
data book
even that,
backs
so
up the
like the
fact
other
that they were going even.
even if you want to think about like statement wise, you want to go from the fourth data book. Loki stated to be more talented than the second Hokage. He was stated to be stronger than the fourth and second Hokage in their prime. So like,
Yeah, but we're not really taking prime. This is like old Hiruzen, old man Hiruzen that was like debatably stronger than like pre-War 5 Kage.
yeah,
Doesn't
but
really
like
scale to
remember like when
Hashirama.
the Tobirama died, right? He was Hokage immediately after that. So like that statement would technically be about Prime. Because Prime would just be when he was young. When like the second Hokage dies, he's still young. He instantly becomes the third, right? We know that based off like that's called Tobirama defeating like the 20 Shinobis or getting killed by the 20 Shinobis or whatever. So
Yeah,
like that statement for like Hokage would actually still be valid.
I mean that's kind of stepping into the realm of headcanon of like when he was selected as Hokage, when these feats apply. It's like that's kind of stepping into the realm of headcanon because we know that like Hiruzen was on the team of Tobirama and Danzo during that whole Kinkaku and Ginkaku assault. But he was said to be named the third Hokage, but it was never actually like stated when that happened. So it's really just stepping into the realm of headcanon. I feel like we should just go off of what we see in like part one Naruto, which is him going even with Orochimaru. So like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I get that. I get that. I get that. So in this Hoganess, you would say you put him fifth. You said
I said sixth
six,
because like
six.
Minato is implied stronger. So
Yeah, I can agree with Minato being faster than Sango. Like I won't deny
yeah.
that. Hmm.
Okay, so Tsunade seventh, Hiruzen fifth, Minato sixth. Then
Wait, yo, hold
fourth we
on, hold
said
on, hold on. You said
Kakashi,
Minato six?
or not sixth, fifth. Same
Fifth.
thing.
Minato
My bad.
fifth.
Anyway,
Why would Minato be fifth? I feel like he should be higher on that list.
well, we're not taking KCM Minato, so
Yeah, but you need to take into account like base Minato
yeah,
did
just
react.
base like Konoha attack Minato, like Nine Tails attack Minato. If we were taking KCM, he'd be like third, but KCM goes crazy.
I feel like he should be around fourth, even if you want to go like Hokage. Hokage took on the Nine Tails, deflected the Nine Tails attack, took on
Yeah.
Obito, still
Do we
and
want to
also
say like
transported the big toad and the Nine Tails at the same time. Like I feel like those feats are low key underrated. I feel like he should be placed way above on this list, even if you wouldn't just consider like just pure Hokage feats.
yeah. Okay. Do you want to say then like Tsunade, Hiruzen, Kakashi, Minato?
I can agree to that to a certain extent.
Yeah. Okay. For like yeah, no that stays consistent with like all the Hokage in general. Just because like Hiruzen was like I think it was the Hokage is like revered as like the strongest in the village. At least in part one, we can interpret that statement. There was like multiple statements about it, like throughout the Konoha attack and all that. Um, but then again, it's like a Hokage's job is also to like protect and lead. So it can be pretty much based on like. I mean, I want to say that like it's based on like your interpretation of whether or not the Hokage is the strongest in the village, because like obviously there was a whole debate of like Danzo becoming Hokage when like MS Sasuke isn't even like strong enough to take on Konoha. Like
Yeah.
Eight Gates Guy, Kakashi, all of them would probably fold MS Sasuke. At least like five Kage Summit Sasuke. Danzo lost to him, yet was still selected as Hokage. So like I'd say that, like the strongest Hokage being the strongest in the village statement is only consistent in like part one, when like Hiruzen over all of the part one Konohagakure Shinobi.
Yeah, I
It's
can
like
agree to that. I can agree to that.
yeah.
And then
And then so fourth would be Minato, and then third, I don't really think that you would have a contention to Tobirama, Hashirama, and Naruto as the lineup.
if we're only going
That's,
by like Hokage, I guess
yeah,
you can. Yeah, I can give like the speed point to like Tobirama in that case. Yeah, I can agree with that. Like Tobirama should be higher in speed if you want to compare it to like feet wise. I can give like speed to like Tobirama. So I can agree to that. And then like Hashirama, I don't think anyone would disagree if Hashirama skill above. Just based on the simple fact of like him being able to go fight on Madara, Tobirama can't. So like
yeah.
yeah.
But like I feel like a lot of Tobirama's quote unquote speed feats come from flying Raijin, which wouldn't really scale to his base speed. I feel, but like yeah, I can agree that like Tobirama definitely would at least be able to keep up with Hashirama, if not be a little bit faster, just because of flying Raijin. But
I
you
I
can't
would
really take away a
I kind of
tool
disagree with
of
that. I
his.
feel like flying Raijin allows him to be faster, traveling wise, even if I know it's like teleportation. But like I wouldn't
Hmm.
say he's faster in like reaction slash combat speed, because even when he
Well,
teleports, he needs to act upon that teleportation. So that would be
yeah,
his
no, he needs to
combat,
like
right?
definitely like if you could react to something with flying Raijin, it would scale to your reaction speed. Like, but your combat speed, like how fast you can throw hands, is not scaled by flying Raijin. So, and then Naruto, obviously first.
Yeah, obviously force, I don't
Yeah,
think anyone would disagree with that. I'm
and
pretty
if you
sure it's
do,
even stated that like
I
he even
suggest
surpassed
rereading the
everybody.
series.
Yeah, yeah, facts, facts, facts. Yeah,
Do you want to do Prime just for fun? Because like this video is kind of short. If we're
yeah,
already
bet,
done.
bet, bet, bet.
All right, cool. So Prime, I still feel like Tsunade is last.
Yeah, I don't think Sonata even has like anything like that incredible. She's more like a
Yeah, like she's
support character.
debatably more powerful than the Raikage, who got folded by Edo Madara. It's like, yeah, no, tsunade is kind of bad. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can defend that. To be
Yeah,
completely honest. If we're taking like
and
everybody in
then
the strongest form, I think I'm gonna make that claim that DMS Kakashi should be like maybe second or third on this
yeah,
list.
second easily.
Yeah, second. I feel like he just
Like,
blitzes everybody.
yeah, yeah.
Plus he
Like
just
even
tsunade
Hashirama.
phases
I'm
and
a
everything.
Hashirama dude, and even Hashirama gets fucking folded.
Facts, facts. I don't think anyone can really like blitzing Kaguya. I don't think there's any way of like wanking freaking Hashirama to that level of speed. There's
I
really
mean,
no
you can
possible.
argue that she didn't. You can argue that he didn't blitz because, like, there. I saw an argument that was like, Kaguya thought she killed Kakashi, but then he just calmly threw it. Kaguya was off guard, wasn't expecting it. But her Byakugan was active the entire fucking time, so it's
Yeah.
like that argument's just kind of pointless.
Mhm. Same point. Like, yeah, I feel like DMS is like faces through anything and it's like blitzes, donate too. So
Exactly.
you don't even need to worry about like AP or anything.
Calmly's their head off.
Yeah, facts. So I think we can both agree that Naruto would obviously be forced again. I don't think anyone can out hack Naruto at this
Yeah.
point in the series.
Except maybe Kakashi. Like Kakashi, like if they start far enough away, Kakashi just calmly is off Naruto's head. Because like, if you think about it, like in the start of Shippuden, Kakashi Kamui off Datara's arm. I don't really think that it's too much of a stretch to say that like an entire series worth of Kamui training would be enough for him to like have enough accuracy to just Kamui's.
I don't know, but like that
But
six
that's like the only
pass.
argument I see for Kakashi.
Yeah,
That's
that
literally
six. I
the
feel
only
like that for
argument I
six
see.
pass would be able to like intercept, like be able to
Yeah,
like Spidey sense. You know what I mean? Like just be able to just to
yeah.
feel it, move out the
Plus, he'd
way.
hypothetically have true seeking orbs, which we see that Kamui can't go through with like
Yeah,
the whole Jubidara fight. So
yeah. And then who would you put it for third?
for third, Hashirama probably. Maybe Minato. Actually, I'd say that like Hashirama and Minato would be interchangeable, especially like KCM.
Yeah. I feel like to be honest, I feel like when it comes to speed, I would just put like Minato at third, just because like the speed. I feel like Minato should.
Mhm.
I feel like he should be like somewhat relative to like Mardo's Jutsu orbs.
Oh yeah, I saw the fucking yeah. I think I was the one. I was one of the people that like made that popular. Like, the whole feat of him teleporting away one of Jubito or like teleporting away from one of the Jubidara's true seeking arms. But
I think it was like Rock
yeah,
Lee that
at least
threw
his
it or whatever.
reaction would scale to that.
Yeah,
At
like
least his reaction because he had to react and teleport away from the kunai. Should scale to 8 gate guy as well, just based off of that.
yeah. I would give it to like Minato for third place.
Yeah.
Everybody in
Speed
their primes,
wise, you
because
know,
like speed.
if we're saying KCM Sage Mode Minato, I'd say third as well. Yeah, and
Yeah,
then Hashirama fourth,
yeah. I would give that the fourth to Hashirama.
and then I
Actually,
feel like
hold up.
Sarutobi.
If everybody's in their
Yeah, there's that one
prime,
statement.
yeah, based on if everybody's in their prime, then I think that one statement for
I
Hiruzen
mean,
is valid.
it's kind of contradicted by War Arc feats because he kind of got like his only feat is going even with like the Ghetto statue. Like going even with it, like not even overpowering it, which somebody of like Hashirama, stronger than Hashirama's caliber, based off that statement, it's not really a feat. So I don't know. That statement's kind of like a one-off thing, but like it's kind of contradicted by the war. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
It's
I
weird.
agree with you. I agree with you. And like one thing
It's weird.
I always bring up is just like if he was like this so much stronger than Hashirama, then it wouldn't have been this more logical sense for him the first murderer, and just let him just
Yeah,
clap. If he just skills
yeah.
above by that much, I feel like that's just makes more logical sense.
hmm And like there you know the statement of like Kabuto saying that he was the strongest of the five principal territories back in like part one.
Yeah,
Um, I just say that like that would be referring to Prime Hiruzen, and if that was the case, the five Kage got folded by Madara, like a weaker Madara than the one that fought Hashirama. So like if we're going just like based off of consistency with like part one statements, it's just really hard to say that that one off statement would contradict like the war arc, another part one statement based off of like Hiruzen being the strongest of the five Kage. I just feel like it's really contentious
yeah.
whether or not that statement should be
I
taken
feel like
at
Oizen is
face
one of those
value.
characters that really just got hyped up by statements and never really
Yeah,
got hella feats to back up those
they got
statements.
folded by the ghetto statue.
Yeah,
But yeah. So I'd say Sarutobi at fifth though, because saying that he's stronger than Tobirama, I mean, it's kind
yeah,
of weird.
kind of weird.
Do you want to say that they're like interchangeable? I mean, didn't he blitz like Dazed Obito or Dazed Jubito? Like when Jubito was still in like that mental daze with like seeing Team
I'm
Seven
pretty
again and like
sure. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
I'm pretty sure he like blitzed him or like teleported to him or something like that.
Yeah, like it wasn't one of those characters that it's just like you can put him really high if you want to go off statements, but like you want to go off feats, and he shouldn't really be high at all, to be completely honest.
Yeah,
And I don't really
like.
think anyone can deny that.
Mhm. So if you want to put statements and feats together, I feel like below Hashirama but above Tobirama. If you're just taking feats, he's like Tsunade level. And if you're just taking statements, he's like KCM Minato level, which
Yeah.
is just weird. But
And
yeah. So I just feel like putting him above Tobirama, below Hashirama, it just stays the most consistent, taking both feats and statements into account.
yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Yeah,
And then I think we would agree that like Tsunade would definitely be last, and then who's left? Who's
yeah, and then
left for six?
Tobirama's the only one left in sixth. Yeah.
Six. Yeah. I think everybody got like
Anyway,
when you want to consider everybody's fine, everybody got like a huge buff. But then you have like Tobirama always being in base.
yeah, Tobirama doesn't even have any like other forms. Like Hashirama has Sage mode, Minato has KCM, Naruto's got like 6 paths, Tsunade's got 100 healings. Yeah, Tobirama was just that one guy that never got a form. His entire purpose was just to introduce Flying Raijin, Shadow Clones, and Edo Tensei.
Facts. Facts. He just knew like hella jutsu. I think that's like the will, like the strongness comes from. He just knew like hella jutsu.
Yeah, he was just smart. That's all he did.
Facts.
Anyway, is there any other points that you wanted to contend, or do you think that we could just end the video off here?
Yeah, I think we contended everything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Um, Yeah, I feel like definitely. I'm just like so Tsunade, and then Hiruzen, and then Kakashi, Minato, Tobirama, Hashirama, Naruto for like all Hokages, and then primes we have Tsunade, Tobirama, Hiruzen, Hashirama, Minato, Kakashi, and Naruto.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sonati is really just getting disrespected. No cap.
The Tsunade slander. But it's the thing that you can't justify putting her any higher. Like pretty much the only thing you can do is say that like she would scale relative to the Raikage, who was stated as fast as Hokage Minato.
Well,
Like
if
that's
you if
literally
you
the
want to
only argument
rank
I can
for
think of.
AP, you can kind of make the stupid argument that like what's it called? Kushina, she overpowered the Nine Tails, and then it was stated that like Tsunade was like the strongest like female shinobi, so like whole AP
Yeah.
should scale it to the Nine Tails. I've heard that argument before,
Oh,
and it's
that's
like,
fucking rat though. That's
yeah, that's
ratty as
ratty. I'm
shit.
like, that's a ratty argument. I'm like, that's a ratty
I'm
one.
pretty sure that that statement was made back in like part one when Kushina wasn't even introduced. Yeah, no, I feel like that statement should be taken with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of ratty. That's kind of a ratty statement.
That's weird.
It's weird scaling.
You know, and like I said, like yeah, no, the only argument I can think of for Tsunade is like saying that she's relative to the Raikage, who was stated to have speed on par with Minato. That's literally the only thing I can think of at the moment.
Yeah.
Maybe like 100 healings being debatably compared to War Arc Sakura. I'm pretty sure Hashirama said that she might have surpassed Tsunade, but like Hokage or Edo Hashirama wouldn't have really have any way to gauge Tsunade or Sakura's strength. So I just feel like it's just so inconsistent trying to wank Tsunade. She's just so bad.
Like even like Sonata in part one got like kind of like bitch slapped, to be honest. And he's like, oh, what's that? We got that one statement from Orochimaru like, you're not even past Kakashi's level and stuff. And she was like afraid of the blood and all. Like she just started off bad, to be completely honest.
Yeah, no, she got folded by Kabuto, who's like, have you seen the debate topic going around with Zabuza versus Kabuto?
Yeah, I've heard about
So
it.
weird topic. But anyway, yeah, no, Kabuto just fucking violated Part One Tsunade, and Kabuto was stated to be as strong as Kakashi, like before, yeah, MS.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, she's just so. I wish that she was stronger, because like compared to the other Sani, she just
Photo.
got folded. Like Orochimaru has feats against like the Guru, who like could scale higher than like or could scale relative to like Hiruzen. I'm pretty sure that was like implied, or like
Yeah.
there was a feat
And
based off
even
of like.
like even wanna consider Boruto or like Orochimaru at this point should technically be like way stronger because he's technically still in like the Zetsu clone body. So technically he should be
Yeah.
able to use wood style technically. Right.
Oh shit. Man, I never thought of that.
And he doesn't have like that old body now. So technically he should even be way stronger. He should know way more jutsu. Right. So in
Yeah,
other
and then
words, he got to
Jiraiya with
upgrade. He got
Age of
another
Relative
upgrade.
Pain and like yo. Nah, she's just fodder compared to the Sanin.
Yeah, I can't even argue that. Can't even argue.
Like she's just bad.
No, well, definitely,
It's so
definitely.
sad because Tsunade is such a cool character in my opinion. But like the whole 100 healings thing, how she introduced that was really cool.
See, I
But
think my
she
favorite
just
part
got
about
folded.
Tsunade was when Jiraiya pulls up and he's looking at Kakashi, 106
Yeah.
centimeters.
Apparently Hinata's were like stated 1 centimeter smaller in the data book. There was a weird ass fucking statement about that.
Nah, that's a funny statement. I would need to see that statement.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll try to find it for you later, but like, nah, it's really funny.
Yeah, but main point, I think we covered everything. I don't think we can
Yeah,
even scale, what's it called, Tsunade higher unless we like want to wank.
we just bullied Tsunade for like 5 minutes of this video.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
Facts. Highlighted this video just bullying Tsunade.
Facts. Yeah, so I think that's everything we
All
got
right.
though.
Well, yeah, that's our little Hokage tier list. If you want, I'll put it on screen right now, both Prime and Hokage comparison. But that should do it for this video. Go follow Air Tiger or subscribe to Air Tiger. I'll link his YouTube in the description.
Same thing,
We're
vice
both posting
versa.
this, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
both
yeah, yeah.
posting it. Same thing, vice versa.
Anyway, go hit him with a sub. He's a goat. He's a homie. I love him. No homo. But I'll see you later. Peace.
See you guys later.